Oh man, there's no way we're gonna finish Mr. Lee's project in time. We don't know enough stuff.
Well, maybe if, we had a computer that could bring people from time to here to tell us about those air times.
That's stupid. That would ruin the space-time continuum.
I can help you with that. I'm the Histotron 3000. I can transport people from time to time to help with your project.
Yeah, we could really use your help.
So, what questions do you have?
What impact did World War I have in Europe? And how did the countries adapt to the changes?
Now we're going to meet Oswald Spengler, a German writer who wrote Decline of the West.
I need to use the bathroom. Catch me up in every time.
Mr. Spengler, where'd you get those clothes?
The Gap. After World War I, many countries turned to pacifism as an alternate to the senseless bloodshed of World War I. France, in particular, adopted pacifism. French Teachers Union only taught pacifism in schools. The League of Nations failed to bring peace because the United States and Britain failed to make an alliance with France.
But what about Russia? Wouldn't they ally with France?
The Russian Empire no longer exists. The Soviet Union in 1921 was created after the successful Bolshevik Revolution.
But did the Great Depression have any kind of impact on Europe?
The Great Depression greatly upset what little socio and political stability that was in Europe at the time.
But what were the causes of the Great Depression?
The causes of the Great Depression are the decline of domestic economies and the American stock market crash.
Thanks, Mr. Spengler!
Hey guys, I'm back. Fill me in later. Who can tell us about the democratic states?
Now we're going to meet Ramsay MacDonald, the first Labour Party Prime Minister of Britain.
Hey guys, I need to go use the bathroom. I'll be back later.
I'm Ramsay MacDonald.
Where'd you get those clothes?
The Gap.
How did Britain try to take care of the Depression, Mr. MacDonald?
In post-World War I Britain, a serious decline in domestic industries such as steel production and coal led to an even more severe economic downturn. I was elected with the first Labour Party government. However, we were ousted out after only 10 months by a coalition of liberals and conservatives. They attempted to remedy the economy with an old system of protective tariffs. However, tariffs only benefit a select group, and protectionism actually hurts the majority of people in the country that imposes the tariffs and the country that has the tariffs placed on them. British politicians ignored the new work by John Maynard Keynes, which is probably better because John Maynard Keynes is wrong. And Keynesian economics is an economic fallacy.
What about France?
In France, the conservative government failed to deal with the economic crisis. A so-called cartel of the left, a coalition of the radical and socialist parties, attempted to remedy the situation. In 1932, the full effects of the economic depression hit France. There were riots all throughout France, and the cartel of the left fell apart. A new conservative government started up, but fell almost as quickly. A program of minimum wage laws, new safety regulations, and 2-week paid vacations. But this largely did not remedy the situation in France.
How did the Scandinavian states fare?
In Scandinavia, a serious decline in production happened to all 4 countries. Eventually, they shifted to a much more socialist system, establishing things such as free medical care, much higher unemployment and old age pensions, and even subsidized housing. However, their capitalist areas still prospered greatly, and in fact, from 1931 to 39, Scandinavia is the only area that actually had an increase in real wages.
And the United States?
In the United States, the New Deal failed to remedy any of the economic problems. However, it did bring about a great social revolution, if you will, such as Social Security and a greatly increased minimum wage. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry. Fill me in later. Who can tell us about the authoritarian and totalitarian states?
Now we're going to meet Benito Mussolini, the fascist dictator of Italy.
Hey guys, I gotta go use the bathroom. Fill me in later.
I'm Benito Mussolini! Hi kids, I'm Benito Mussolini!
But why did countries turn to fascism and totalitarianism in the first place?
After World War I, many countries like Italy, who are suffering from disillusionment and despair, turned away from democracy and turned towards totalitarianism, a term I coined. The use of propaganda and the creation of our secret police force helped us gain and maintain control of our nation. In 1990, the Italian coalition government failed to maintain order, and therefore violence and class warfare ensued. In 1920, I created the Squadristi, a band of armed fascists who would later become my secret police force. In 1921, we won 35 seats in parliament. Then, we marched on Rome and took over their government. By 1926, my dictatorship was up and running, and our use of mass propaganda and my secret police force helped me to gain control of my country.
What was your system based on?
The basis of my system was for total national unity through education and government control of businesses and industries.
What about Germany and the Soviet Union?
My system became increasingly popular in many European countries, including Germany, in which Adolf Hitler adopted my system, but threw a little racism into the mix. Mamma mia! In the Soviet Union, Joseph Stalin maintained government control in all aspects of life, even going farther than some of us fascists.
Alright, now we can finish Mr. Lee's project. We know so much.
And knowing is half the battle.